book because I really, when you have a book and you're writing it all the time, you really have to think about it, and you have to question yourself. And so it really was, this book really talked to me, and it's interesting how it had a life of its own. So that's what I wanted to say about my part. And I just, again, I'm so grateful to my brother, my Maxie. We started out, we say we're a lot alike in many, many ways. And so we used to call each other Mini-Me, and then we said, wait a minute, that's not very expansive. Let's call each other Maxie-Me. So now I'll write him an email, hey Maxie, and he calls me Maxie, right? So thank you, Maxie. So now,
if you're in a relationship, if you have conflict in a relationship, if you want to be in a relationship, or if you don't want to be in a relationship, really, I learned that all these chapters, these tools about forgiveness, about boundary setting, about building bridges, about being heart-centered, really helped me grow as an individual, and I really feel committed to continue growing in that path. And with Mari and I, our goal was to help everyone else who reads the book to become committed themselves. So for you, I look around this room with all these amazing people. Deep down, we are nothing but love. Deep down, you are all love. And I know that as you tap into that love within, we can spread this into the world, because I think that's what we're all here for. As Mari and I say, the only thing worth fighting for is love, because that's really what we're meant to do.
And I'll tell you one other thing that we both recognized as we wrote this is that really there is that inner conflict, right? We have to learn to love ourselves. I know when we fight for love, we fight against anything that gets in the way of that love. And that's what we kept saying. What does it mean to fight for love? It means to fight against anything that keeps you from getting the love that you want.
I think fighting for love, yes, it's in relationship, but it's really, as Mari says, fighting for love and compassion for ourselves. It's also really about intimacy. How can I really fight to really get to know who I am, to really be authentic? That's what we're all about. And the last thing I want to say is, in this whole thing, we wanted to bring lightness, because I think part of this journey is to bring lightness into our life. And so we wanted to add
levity,
Yeah, we wanted to bring, so there's a cartoon before each chapter, so we had some good fun. One of them is a woman's on the phone talking to her friend, and she says, my husband and I are trying to fix our marriage. I'm at Barnes & Noble, he's at Home Depot.
That's my husband, right? My contractor husband.
And another cartoon, we have a couple that obviously been married for a long time together, and the woman says to her husband, she says, I don't know what this whole thing about same-sex marriage is. We've been having the same sex for 25 years.
One of the beauties of writing this book is it really had a life of its own. And I went through this journey of really questioning a lot about my relationship. And so I really was introspective about that. And I think for us in the 2.5 years of me living through boundaries, forgiveness, all the chapters in our book, I lived each one because I was writing it and I was negotiating it. So I must say that I've fallen in love with my husband even more. We've been together 27 years.
The bottom line is, as we're all on this journey, I encourage all of you, love yourself, keep fighting for love, and laugh often. Thank you all.